Welcome. Thanks for stopping by to color with me. I am going to show you some coloring techniques here on coloring how to make really vibrant leaves and really vibrant flowers. And I'm going to show you some layering techniques so that you can follow along with my color combination worksheets that I offer on my Etsy shop. It's like a color by numbers. So I'm going to show you a couple little techniques here. This picture is available on my Etsy store. I'll put the link down below for you. And so it'll also have a color combination chart. But in this video, I'm not going to do the whole thing, I don't think, but we'll see how this progresses. I really don't know. I don't really plan these things. I just sort of go with it. So what I want to do here is teach you some techniques here for coloring some of these leaves, and we're going to start, I guess, with the leaves is what I'm guessing. Let's do that. So I'm just gonna I need to bring this in here. Let's bring this in, and so you can see what's going on. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do here is I want to make a really bright flower. Okay, I got to turn it to face me because that's the way I got to color. So I'm using a neon yellow, and a lot of people are afraid to use these neon yellows and any of the neon colors and don't know how to play with them. So I'm going to show you. So the first thing we're going to do is I am putting in the neon colors here where I think I'm going to want the light, really light highlight. So I'm going to put some over here. Some maybe up here, some here, you know, just kind of loosely. It's not really a big deal. All right, then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tone it down with some of this canary yellow. And I'm going to, now what this does by putting that neon underneath it is your eyes can see through the colors, and the transparency of adding these layers makes this yellow is going to be really, really like a nice glowing sunlight on the leaf. That's what we want, a nice glowing little light. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take, this is an apple green, and we're going to take some apple green here, and we are going to start putting in some of the color where we want. Now see how I'm kind of flicking that in? I'm feathering it, I guess is the word for it. That's kind of the technique I like to use. So because some people shade in circles like this, some people do it different. For me, I like to do it in the little feathering techniques because it's, for me, easier to control my colors. I can go darker when I want and circles. And I go in the direction of the leaf. So if the leaf is growing this way, I kind of take my pencil, and now when you're layering like this, you don't push hard, you just push, you put more layers on it, and we can always go darker. Okay, so we want to start lighter, and then we can always bring in more darks. So now that way we don't have to use our eraser, which is another technique, but for another video. Okay, so now I'm just kind of putting in color where I think it should go. When you get this this picture, I'll have the finished one so you can look at it for reference, and then I'll have the color combination so you'll have that too. But so here we go, and we're just putting that in nice like that. Okay, so now maybe we want a little in here too. Okay, so just put in a little color. All right, see, no big deal, but look at it, it already looks beautiful, doesn't it? That neon underneath there just gives it such a pretty color. A lot of people, like I said, don't think about using that. Okay, now let's take some grass green. This is grass green, and we're going to put the grass green right in some of the areas here. You don't want to go too far out. You don't want to go exactly where the other one is, but you want to start creating the blending of the colors. The blending of the colors. And I use my pencils to blend. A lot of people use solvents and things like that. I don't. I prefer just to use the beautiful pencils that we have. These are Prismacolors, by the way. That's all I ever use. Well, I have the other ones. I don't know. These are my favorite. So we go here like this. Now see how I'm going along the direction of the leaf. And that is what creates, and having these little lines like I do with the feathering, creates a really natural look to the leaf because it's got like a whole bunch of little veins, right? Like a texture. Solid colors, and that cool. You want to have a little bit of the texture, right? So we're adding a little bit of color in here. Okay, we can always go darker. I'm just trying to, we want it to be really, really highlighted. Okay, now what we're going to do is we are going to add a little bit of this chartreuse. Okay, and we're going to take some chartreuse and just kind of come over where that green was. Just over it. Okay, and into the yellow a little. Okay, just nice like that. Okay, just, you know, just kind of wing it in there. All right, now we're going to take a dark green and we're going to start giving it a little bit more of a definition with the darker green. And we're going to come in, don't go too far. Okay, we can always go darker. And I see I'm still using that nice feathering technique. Let me just start adding the definitions of the color. See how pretty it's coming out? You take your time with each leaf and it's so fun too. It's just really satisfying feeling. Okay, and I'm just adding it in. See how easy? Piece cake. You could totally do this. Okay, now maybe in here we want to add a little bit, huh? A little bit of green on the tip, maybe. And bring it out a little. Just give it a little bit of oomph. Okay. Then come over here. Maybe we need a little bit down here. I'm just putting in a little bit of the dark. Okay, so now we got a little bit of, I didn't like this very much here, but that's okay. That's alright, leaves look natural. I could have did a better job, but that's alright. Okay, so that looks really good, right? See? See? Very easy. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to add a magenta. Bet you never thought of that, huh? Magenta. And what we're going to do is we are going to put some magenta in here, come alongside, and this is going to give us a nice glowing effect of the leaf. And a really nice pretty color to it. So I just put some magenta in here. And just come around. And then maybe we want some down in here. Bring it up in here maybe a little bit. Maybe you can come down even here, right? Why not? Give it a little magenta little tip. Give it some nice little color in here. And you just put it where you want it. Just some various little spots here and there. Go back and refine it if you want. Okay, maybe a little in here. Oh, you don't have to go crazy with it. Yeah. See, look, does that look really pretty? Look at that beautiful color. Now we are going to add some sunburst yellow, and this is going to tone up the color and really give it a warm glow. See that nice warm glow that the leaf has when you go over that? So I just go over the whole thing, the whole beautiful leaf. Look at how pretty that is. See? Just go over that leaf. Look at how gorgeous. Isn't that pretty? Then we can add a little bit more of this yellow orange. Just a little bit more orange if you like. And you could put just a little bit in there. This is just layering. A little bit more of the layering. Maybe just in some spots. You don't think you notice it, but your eye does. It's very ever so slight when you add this color, but it's there. Okay, and there you go. You can add some more, a little bit magenta in here, and then you can go in and then you can refine your areas that you want to do. And then if you think you start getting too many of the lines, you could take your canary yellow, and use your canary yellow as a blender. Instead of using a blending pencil, you use this canary yellow to blend. Okay, that way your colors will stay nice and bright. The blending pencil muddies it up, so I don't like that. You just take your nice yellow and blend that in. Look at how gorgeous. Isn't that pretty? And so I'm going to do a couple more leaves, and then that's how you do it. So now you could vary the leaves if you wanted to. You could put, like in this one here, we could do more of the, like if you want it, maybe let's do this one back here. So let's say, okay, so we'll base it in with some of this neon yellow, right where we want some color, the little highlights, maybe in here. Just kind of think about where the sun would hit the tips, you know. And then we're gonna, let's just add some canary yellow over it. Okay, I'm just gonna do the whole thing. As long as you can use a mixture of all these same colors, but just use more of one than the other to get different effects, so every leaf isn't exactly the same color pattern, you know what I mean? So what we'll do is we'll take, let's say we want this one to be a little bit more red and a little bit more orange. So what we can do is we can start off with the red this time, the magenta I mean, and we'll just put in some magenta. I'm showing you different techniques here for some leaves, and then we'll bring it out like this. Okay, and we'll bring it here, just bring the feather it in and bring in some color here. There. And I'm just bringing in some colors from the sides. I don't want it just to be ending in that yellow. I want it to have a little color along the edge of the leaf, you know. So you just bring it in. Then you can make it a little bit more as we go. You could just keep adding. Bring it in. Bring this one up and over. Leave a little highlight there. And now you can start playing with the little, okay, and getting a little bit better of the shading so that you like it. Just keep going in the direction that the leaves are going. So if it's going like this way, you go that way. Then you put in some more color. And blend it out. You don't want any stark edges. And then if it goes too far, it's okay. So now this one will be a little bit more redder. Okay. Leave a little highlight in there. Okay, now what we'll do is we're going to take that the sunburst yellow, and we'll put some sunburst yellow over this whole leaf. Okay, and that blends it in, using that as a blending little tool. Okay, so now we've got some nice variance in the colors, but it's all still in the same tones. Okay, so now let's take that green now, and let's add a little bit of green in here because we don't want it. Okay, just add a little bit of this green. This is that lighter one. This is the apple green, and I'm just toning down the color a little bit with the apple green. You can even go over. There's no rhyme or reason really. You just go with what you feel. Then I'm just putting in some color. Okay, so pretty. Then we're going to put in maybe some of this. Let's do some dark green. Put in some dark green. Hey, Simba. Shh. Sorry, my dogs. That scared me actually. Okay, so now I'm going to put in some, sorry if that scared you, that scared me. Okay, so now I'm just putting in some dark green, just kind of, you know, just putting in where I think it looks nice. I'm just adding in the color. There you go. Okay, now if you think it's too green, I'm going to add a little bit more of the orange. And I'm just going over a little bit there. Ties it in nice. And just keep playing with it. You can really spend a long time doing leaves, but they're fun to do. A lot of times people say, "Oh, I get so bored and sick of doing leaves." Yeah, you do if you just do them all solid green, and that's totally boring. But when you do them like this, it's just a lot more exciting. It's more fun, you know, because there's got nice colors. And I'm just adding some more of that. Then I'm going to add some of this other one. This is the yellowed orange, and I'm just going to go over, I guess I can just go over the whole leaf with that. Why not? Alright, I'm just filling it in just to give it a uniform. So now, you see this one has, it's a little bit different, but the same tones, you know? And then we can do the same here. Maybe this one could be lighter, more yellow and a little less green, or however. So that is how I continue on this picture. And then I'll show you how to do some flowers in a second. In another, yeah, I guess I can do it on the same video, I suppose. So I will turn my camera off here, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I just colored in this one. You can see I just made this one a little bit more green to add brilliancy and make it just look, you know, cooler, because it's not all the same. So now let's work on this little flower here. So let's take a lavender. This is lavender, and what I want to do is just let's start with, I guess, this petal right here. Nice and lightly, just put in a nice base of lavender. And just put it in nice, and you can put it in loosely. It's not really, I leave white, as you know, and the way I color, I leave some in there. I like it to have look like natural. Okay, so there we put in some lavender. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some lilac. Some people say lilac and some people say lilac. I think it just depends on where you live, but I'm used to calling it lilac, but somebody said, "Why are you calling it lilac?" I go, "I don't know." So anyways, so now I'm putting in this. I'm not worried about these little stamen things because we're gonna do something with those. So now I'm just putting in a little darker of the colors. Now this is layering, so what we're going to be doing is adding more layers to make it dark instead of using so much pressure. So now I'm just putting in the layers. Okay, I want a little darker in here because, see, this area here is kind of what's bending a little bit. We're going to give it the illusion that it's bending by making it darker like this, see? See how, and I'm going with the direction of the petal. And I'm just feathering it in to create a nice blend without having to use my, like I say, I don't really like using a blending pencil. I actually don't. I very rarely use it. I blend using pencils. And if I want to blend this, I'll use a lighter color to blend it. So now, see what I'm doing here? I'm just adding layers. Nice and easy. Okay, now you can just start making a little darker if you want, just to create a natural transition from the lights to the darks. Now you can start making it a little darker in here. Okay. And we'll make it a little darker in here. Alright. There we go. Alright. Yeah. So I'm leaving this little middle area a little highlighted. See that here? You want it highlighted. Alright, now what we're going to do is we are going to add this dahlia purple. Dahlia purple. And I'm going to start in by coming in fairly light so I can judge where I want the shadow. Like I could, if I started off really dark, then it would be too hard. Like I'm kind of saying, okay, I like the way that this shadow is turning and making the petal look alive. So I can always, like I say, I can always add more. And to take it away, you have to use the eraser. It's not, I mean, it's not impossible. That's why I use erasers all the time. But okay, so now I'm just starting to darken it a little bit. Now I'm putting in a lot more pressure because I really want the petal, this flower, to be vibrant, electric flower. You know me, I gotta have my drama. So to create that drama, you gotta have variations between the light and the dark. Okay. See? But see how easy it is to blend like this when you're using the feathering technique? And look, doesn't that look pretty? Okay, now we're going to take some black grape, and we are going to put some black grape in here. Make it nice and give it our nice definition of the color. So you got your nice vibrancy of the color of your petal. Okay, I'm going to turn my thing just a little bit here. Alright. You want it darker right in here. I'm just creating a little bit more drama. See, just lightly going over it, like so. Voila. Now, if I want to start blending it a little bit, and I think, okay, well, maybe it's too light in there, so I'm going to start bringing out some. Then I can go back and I can get the next color, and I can now start refining it a little bit, using this color to blend it in. Then I can come in and, like I say, see, instead of using a blender, I'm using this as the blender. And then now it smooths it out, evens it out, and looks wonderful. Doesn't that look pretty? Look at that. Now, if I wanted to, which I'll just do it so you can see, is I'm going to grab some white, and I'm going to put some white in the middle here just to show you what that looks like when you take the white to it. So now, see how that really softens that up? Whereas the other one didn't make it so light. This one washes out the color a little bit when you do it with white, but I wanted to show you. So it's still pretty. I mean, it's really pretty. I like doing it when I'm gonna do them all like that, because this one looks good. So that looks really. You just keep putting it in until you're happy. And then what you might want to do is you want to come back in and maybe add, because it did wash out some of that the vibrancy. So you can come back in and, you know, re-add it over the white. And now you see that this color is actually brighter than it was the first time, because it's now going over white. So now you're getting more of a really nice vibrant look. And I'm barely touching it here. See how I'm using my pencil to lightly just feather it in? So there's no blending, see, needed. You're just doing that all with your pencil and your awesomeness. Okay, see that? So that's how I'm going to do that flower. And then I'm going to use this. I use these markers. These are the best. These are Staedtler permanent Lumicolor they're called, and this is a fine tip. And the reason I like it is because it has a really nice sharp point to it, whereas the microns are flat, and I don't like the flat. I like them nice and sharp so I can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to come in here, and now normally I would wait till the end of the flower to do it, but I'm going to show you with this one here so you can get the idea of how that's going to be. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to finish this flower, and then I'll do more to the video and teach you some more flowers. But I got to end this video here because of the length of it. So keep them short and sweet, right? Thank you for watching. Oh, yeah, I think I mentioned this. This beautiful picture here is available on my Etsy store. So just go to Etsy.com and just search for Lisa Brando, and I'll put the link at the bottom for you. And now, if you want to come back and watch me do more flowers, just stay tuned because I'm going to teach you how to do some more flowers. See ya in a little bit. Bye-bye for now.